It's your boy Big Head the Dome Doctor, man. I'm in the building, you already know. I ain't gonna say I'm in the building, I'm in the car with RealToonTV, man. You heard me?
Yes, sir.
RealToon, like, I don't know if he a real tune or a real goon or real what, but we heading to southside Baton Rouge right now because he said he want to see. He want to know who's who, where who from, and where was born and this and all that. So I said, well, you know what? Let's roll. And then, you know what? We loaded up in the whip and we headed there right now, man.
In the drop top, you hear me?
In the drop top.
Yeah, the top just on right now. Y'all know it's hot.
Yeah, so
it's hot
this is an interview / documentary. So, you know, we finna get it started, man. So, you know, shout out to y'all for locking in RealToonTV. You already know it's your boy Big Head the Dome Doctor. You know, we finna do it again. We're gonna do it better than we did it last time. We're gonna try to give y'all some real games, some real knowledge. I ain't gonna lie to y'all now time. So, you know, if it get real graphic or it get real drastic, just know it's real time in the hood. Southside Baton Rouge. Y'all stay locked in. We on the way right now, man. What it is?
Hey, RealToon, there's some real money in the room.
Right now, we are at the Greyhound bus station on Florida Street because you want let's hop out right fast.
Hey, all right, Big Head. Goddamn me. Where we at?
We in South Baton Rouge, bro. We right on the edge, but we at the Greyhound bus station because when we showed up to Baton Rouge, this is where we pulled up at. You heard me? No clothes, no shoes. Well, what I had on, that's all we showed up with. No money, no food. And we took out walking this way. And when we got to that corner, we turned and then we went up and we walked into the hood. And then from there on, that was the making of Big Head the Dome Doctor, Southside Baton Rouge. And you know, as you can see, I'm here right now, so we finna get a little deep into.
Yes, sir.
So was it you know you want something you wanna enlighten on?
I mean, I'm following you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well,
we rolling. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna have to roll because we got a little distance to go, and then when we get down there, we can walk.
Shit, show.
Back here is basically not go up, keep up at that corner. Now at this corner, you're gonna definitely want to be rolling because turn right.
Should we B-roll to that right or that left?
To the right.
All right, get that right.
See, this is for the Jews. No, to the left.
Left. Get that left.
This is for the Jews. This is the soup kitchen, where you know, like where they feed the homeless at. This been here forever. They just built all these other buildings with just one building, and we had to go upstairs and eat. So shout out to St. Vincent de Paul for the Jews. And we're gonna now, if you can notice, if you look both ways, you'll see people just hanging around and laid out on the side of the street.
I do see
and things like that because this is my community. Like we're gonna keep straight. This is real. Don't wreck now. This is poverty at its finest. If you want to see what poverty look like in South Baton Rouge, you're getting a real look of it. Like you're gonna see people hiding between the 18-wheelers and sleeping under them and stuff like that. This real poverty. And then, you know, like you want to keep straight, but keep straight slow. Now they gated this off because this is where everybody hung. This was like Skid Row of Baton Rouge right here. So they had to gate it off. But we're gonna kind of like stop when we go up some. Okay, you can pull in here. But just pull right on the edge so you can still see. Yeah, this cool, this fine.
We gonna park?
No, you ain't gotta park. You parked.
Right.
You parked.
Hey, where my hat at, P? No hat, no haircut.
So before they built this overpass, it had a street, North Boulevard right there. It was kind of live. It had a little action going on. It was slow motion. And but not too long ago, right there on the corner, my 13-year-old cousin got murdered. He got killed right there on that corner. And sad to say, I had built him one of those little memorial things with the bears and stuff because he was 13. But if they still, you know, they took that eventually because, like I say, now these apartments is new. Now this right here, this is what's owned by some people in the mob called the DeVinson brothers. So if you thought you didn't have no mob in Baton Rouge, you're wrong. This was ran by the mob, the DeVinson brothers.
The Vincent brothers.
Which they owned down the street where we also stayed at. And I have like right here, come over here, come right here, because they built this new apartment, but I guess we can stroll down. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna walk with him and you can pull down. How about that?
Okay, that's
so
cool.
so he can get everything at the same time.
Get in front of him though.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
gonna.
can get
Oh,
his face.
okay, bet. Yeah,
All right. So what part of the city are we in?
we in southside Baton Rouge. We in like, you know, the real trenches. We in the slum part. A lot of it is gone. A lot of it is tore down. And this building is still standing. You heard me? 16th Street is still standing, but this is where, you know, like it all started for me. Because now this is rebuilt. This is new. This wasn't here.
Okay.
This
so there is a
something that
little
added.
gentrification going on.
Right, no, not really, because those were bricks. And now they're sheetrock. So now bullets can actually go through there.
Right.
Back then, bullets couldn't penetrate those. See, this was the projects. All this was the projects. But this connected to the back street.
Right.
But it was bricks. Now when they have shootouts and, you know, stuff going on, the bullets go through there, and that's terrible. So I can't say that that's an improvement when you go from bricks to aluminum and sheetrock and stuff like that. Okay, now they had houses right here. You remember my partner Felton and his sister Danielle, Miss Brenda and them lived right here. And right here, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, Grandma Pearl stayed right here. And she went fishing every day. That's how she combated with the struggle. She went fishing every day. She had old fishing poles. She brought fish back. She paid us food stamps, paper food stamps to take her stuff inside. So shout out to my great-grandma Pearl. I love you. And over here they had a few more houses, but really wasn't none of my relatives in none of these houses. My Aunt Audrey, she stayed right here. And they had Lil D right here. They had a concrete section called Lil D because the apartments was here, but there was the projects, not this. So they had Lil D right here, and then they had my Aunt Audrey house that was right there. So I guess this driveway is where you pulled in to go into Lil D. And they had a few people stayed in there, but
How did y'all feel about them tearing down the projects?
I mean, they tore them down like late in the game. They was overdue for tearing down. I just thought they was gonna build some projects back or some bricks back. That, I don't know what that is. I don't even respect that. And like my Aunt Audrey stayed right here, and she was like the main source of my family at that point of, you know, taking care of the family. So shout out to my Aunt Audrey. My Uncle Headcutter, my Aunt Boo Boo stayed down there. Now, okay, now right here is interesting because this is where Marlo Mike was born at. In this section.
In this
they had houses right here.
Okay.
See, they all gone now. But this is where Marlo Mike was born at, right here.
So Marlo was born down the street, literally from your headquarters.
Right. Because they had apartments right here called Big D. And it was like 17 apartments in a space of a house.
Right.
And it was like right there. I want to say that concrete played some part in it, but no, because they had a hair shop and something else that was small right there. All of it got tore down. They had some other stuff, like a few more houses. My Aunt Audrey house, Mark Bowie and them house was right here. Shout out to Mark Bowie and the Bowies. You heard me? They was here when I came. You heard me, like family. And a few more people. You heard me? They had some stayed over here on this side, a few houses, but like I said, the main thing was that Marlo stayed right over here.
Right.
You feel me? Like, to say we all come from the same spot. Hey, my girl. So, then, like, this was Big D, you heard me? Now, right here in Lil D, my partner Pete, he had got shot. And nigga shot him in the head right there, blowed his brains out right there. And we walked around the corner and we walked back. I was with his brother and we was like 16. And when we walked back and saw that, brother, that was the worst thing I ever seen in my life. And that happened right there. And Pete was like a close friend of mine because I had not too long ago came from Detroit. And he was one of the ones that took me under his wing and was like, okay, girls like him, they had to like me too. You know, when he wherever he went, if I was with him, you had to accept me. And that was something that was real G about Pete because I was big head dude and, you know, I wasn't allowed in people's home. But if I was with Pete, they let me in because Pete had that swag. But Pete was from Big D too, South 16. You heard me? Like, this is South 16. Like I say, this is where I come from. This is where I want to say Marlowe come from. This is where a few other people come from. But it's a few streets and we're going to try to catch all, you know, like 3 of them. And so I can let you know because we was all close, you know, and like they had legends around here, but 16th really wasn't their thing. 17th was their thing. So when we get to 17th, I lace you up. But I probably seen like 10 people down this street. I don't want to go down Death Row, but I might have seen 10 people down this street, including people just dying. You know, violence, drugs, all that. Like, they had a lot of drug activity going on. And, yeah, they definitely did their thing. And this church right here used to have a back door. So shout out to them.
It used to be a church right here?
Nah, there it is right there.
Okay, in the back. Right.
Yeah. And we used to cut through there, and they used to feed us for vacation Bible study. And my brother ran in there with a gun because he wasn't feeling the other dudes. Now, keep in mind, Big D right here, we living right here, this church right here. So he was about 11, ran up in there with a gun, pulled it. I don't know, he might have shot it. I don't know. I was embarrassed, you know, like, because I was like 9, you know?
Right.
So I was embarrassed, but yeah, shout out to Pete Bleeze, ran in there with the gun, definitely. Yeah, this was my Aunt Boo Boo stayed, and my uncle Head Cutter. You hear me? So shout out to them.
This like the only house on the block left.
Right.
That's wild.
And this cut, like this cut was always back here. My partner Cliff stayed back there in the cut. You heard him and his people. Now my partner Fred Hayes and them stayed right here too. But that's late on the game. But Fred Hayes another legend, so I'm gonna just mention him. He stayed right there too. And we used to go through this cut. No, he can't go that way. You're gonna have to go this way. We used to go through this cut to catch 17th, the back street. So it was all connected, and as you can see, it's dead end. So just imagine the things that went on. But this place right here is something that they thought they can just build in the hood that ain't got nothing to do with the hood. And it was an energy place. Now it's some type of place for people to go have fun and stuff like that.
Right.
The electric depot. But they don't let those people know that they're surrounded by poverty and crime.
So that's like a gentrified, what they call a gentrified area right in the middle of the hood.
Yeah.
They done built a spot and that's like really adjacent to the hood. Doesn't have anything to do with the hood. Doesn't bring any resources to the hood.
Right.
It's just there.
They don't let them know the danger that they in when they coming and going at night. You feel me? So that's why I got these bands on for Allison Rice. You heard me? A young white lady. You heard me? But she lost her life around here because she was caught up at the train track right there. And in the middle of the night when it's no way in hell you supposed to be caught up at the middle of the night at the train track around here. But she was here. She was at this place right here.
Right.
So she thinking that
they got big barbed wire fences now.
Right. So she thinking when she leave here, she's safe.
Right.
But you done went from here to right there to the train track and got stuck at the train track. So when you stuck at the train track in the middle of South Baton Rouge, hold on. You might want to just post right there for a second because they got traffic gonna come in this street. So when you stuck right here, now if this the train track, you see that cross, see if you can get that cross up there. that yellow cross on that pole. That's for Alan. Come out the street. That's for Miss Allison Rice right there. Shout out to Paul Rice. That's her father. That's why I'm so passionate about Miss Allison Rice, because her father, Paul Rice, I felt his pain from father to father. I have a daughter that's 20, so I felt his pain.
Right.
And like, this is the whole little setup. Like, as you can see, the only thing they really officially was worried about is this place right here. They didn't help the hood. They didn't try to build a house. They didn't try to do anything to help the streets, anything. They just put a little cover around it, built it up real nice, and say, come on to this part of South Baton Rouge, not knowing that this is Povertyville. You feel me?
Right.
So when I feel like that young lady was a victim of opportunity. Somebody thought that she was an easy victim, and she tried to fight for her life, and she tried to get away. But when you convert the street to a one lane and you can't turn around, that's some whole new shit, bro. Like, so rest in peace, Allison Rice. And like I say, this is still the trenches. So you know,
I don't see many people outside.
right? Because they all somewhere in the same spot or in the bushes. Or in the bushes. You feel me? Like this might be got something to do with that building right there. But if we go on the other side of that, it's poverty. On the other side of those buildings, it's poverty. On the other side of that street, it's poverty. We just come from this way, poverty. You saw those people hanging out. We go on the other side, it's still poverty. In 2023. You feel me? So what we finna do is we're gonna move around, because we could walk, but I can't control the traffic or the flow or what may happen crossing over, so we're gonna jump back in the whip. Okay, this right here is the center that I used to go play ball at in the back, you heard me? Yeah. To Toog Jack the coach, one of my partners Jack the coach, and then when he jacked the coach, he ain't open the center up no more. So shout out to Lil Toog, he jacked coach. Coach had no business trying to front him nothing anyway. He was supposed to be a coach. He done went scolding, fronted the man, trying to, Young Boys Incorporated us, man. First one he tried, jacked him, man, showed him. So, this 15, South 15, another one of my stomping grounds. Like, every street around here, I had click houses and stuff on as I growed up. But we, like, I'm bringing you back to where before everything even sparked off. You feel me? Okay, now, this house right here that we finna pull up on, it's still right here. But this is, you can turn though, you're gonna turn, but just stop when you turn. But okay, you can stay right here if ain't nothing behind you. Now, this house right there with the burglar bar on the door, that is where,
the yellow house.
That's where Nussie and Michael Wayne used to be at right there. So Nussie was basically raised up around here with us, because he was right there in that house right there. Right. So we could keep pushing.
And that's walking distance from your block.
Yeah, all this my block. See, it's finna get better, because this my block right here. This still 16. This just cross government. But this the Yangs though. This is where I say right now I'm on Bright Street where we could pass by the Yang. This the Yang right here. So I would say you want to let these cars pass, and then you want to pull like, well, we're gonna just let them cars pass, and we're gonna pull up some, because the other corner is interesting. But this is where we hung at. Well, they left the block too, is all the older guys had either died or went to jail. And it was still like the gang story. We still had a few sales coming, so I took it upon myself to start the Yang gang, create a little gang of young dudes that, I was the most less fortunate one, but they was feeling my pain, so I wasn't going to school and, stuff like that. So we stood out here and we did what we had to do and got it how we live. But we formed the Yang gang. Shout out to Gilly Boy, Jay, Sprock, Big Dave, Big E, Junior, Buck, Mark, Lee, you heard me? Like, it was a bunch of us, I just like the way I mixed it together, because I had guys from off the other side of government, and I had guys just from the whole area. They was coming right here. And this lady right here, you don't want to turn that way. I just want to show you this house right here. You can see this house. This lady, Miss White, she gave us donuts, but she called the police on us at the same time, because we was that young, but she knew we was converting into drug dealers and thug niggas. But that was Trudy White, the judge Trudy White. That's her mom house. So, you know, we was right here on the corner while a young lady still was right there grooming to be a judge. So shout out to Judge Trudy White, that's them. So we're gonna bust this left and it's gonna get a real serious. Now this house right here, like, this is the house on the side of the store. I might have lived in it a couple times, but I might have had sex in it with 10 different women, 10 different times as they moved in and out. So shout out to their house. Now they had houses right here, but they gone because now a few more, this is a little more houses around here. Now this was Perkins Road Elementary on that side, but they tore it down and built a little Head Start school. And right here, this is a little spot where we hung out at, me, you know, a few more people around here. But we're gonna go to this next corner and we're gonna bust a right on Oleander. Now Oleander, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Oleander is kind of famous. What's up, y'all? Nah, I didn't know. I don't know what this cop car doing, but I ain't worried about it because this is Oleander. This is where me and Ivory and the twins and all us originated at right here. So we pull over this way. Pull over this. Let them by, man. What you doing? Can't block the street. Okay, now this is the house right here. This Momo house right here. This is where me and Ivory and all of them hung at right here as kids. So you can go up if you want, because you want to.
So y'all were really, literally right here.
Right.
You got Ivory right here, Lucy right there, you right there, you over there, you really everywhere.
Right. Marlo wasn't born yet.
Right.
Well, he was probably 1 year old, but
a baby.
You know, everybody was right around here. Everybody was right around here, bro. It's crazy. Terry Boy was right around here, bro. Right around here, but you gonna have to bust this right. Like that's why I say South Central was famous, bro. Bucket right around here. Now Lee Lucas ran through all this. This my partner Gilly boy. We ain't gonna stop though. You hear me? She this green one, she hanging in there. You feel me? So now we gonna cut back. Well, we gonna go up. We gonna go all the way up because I got a little one. I got somebody special for you because I want to show you how close my community is and how close I was to all these people. Now, I roamed all these streets because I was surviving. Like, you know, I was the poorest nigga around here. Then I was from out of town, black, ugly ass nigga, you know. So just imagine how I got handled. But I had to make my way the best way I could. So, you know, I roamed, I moved around. I went from this end to that end, hustled on this side, that side. So I was on every street in the South, every corner, every curb, every spot they had a gathering or somewhere I knew some traffic was. I was trying to be there because I needed it. Right. You feel me? Like a lot of times I was homeless. I ain't had nowhere to go. So we're gonna bust this right. South 18 and Myrtle. Shout out to Myrtle Street. Yeah, Myrtle Street, East Boulevard. That ain't too far. That's where TBG and all them hang at and where they be at. But we ain't gonna go that way right now. But they ain't far. They just right up there. You heard me? This Myrtle Walk, and then once you get to East Boulevard, boom, there you go. So shout out to TBG, East Boulevard, the projects. They tore them down. So
and look, I restarted TBG, so it makes sense for it to be right here.
Right, in the middle.
Right.
In the middle. Like he see, Ivory came down here a little bit when he grew up because Nick was down here. Nick who put Ivory in it.
Right.
And it all started in these little streets and all these little cuts. You know, I used to slang iron through here. I was like the iron slanger through here at one point in time. So, but we could go that way because that's what Gangsta Nick, yeah, we got to go this way. This is one house right here I want you to see. It ain't nothing special, but it's iconic because it's right here. This is where Gangsta Nick actually put Ivy in it. Right here, this house right here. And that house we passed up, that was Boo Milton's house on the corner. So Boo Milton, he was like the biggest dude we had in Baton Rouge. But that was Gangsta Nick, and he turned that whole this spot up. He put Ivy in it. He used to put me in it too, but I wasn't, you know, the type to even try to get along. You know, I was just struggle baby, thugging it. So we're gonna turn and we're gonna go back that way. What's up, Trey? What it is? So yeah, like anybody around here, I know them. They know me. I'm a real street dude. I wasn't I was really in the streets. I was walking and stuff like that. So like when we get to this house right here, Tangie Swanson had this house on this corner. Even though she come from 17, she had this house and they had shot it up. Yeah, like they shot her up. Rest in peace, Tangie Swanson. They shot her house up like, and I
still see the bullet holes.
Yep, you can still see the bullet hole. Yeah, that's how it went. That's how it went, man. They got I would have showed you my mom's house because it still got bullet holes in it, but by them being straight bullets and it being my mom's house, I ain't gonna put her on blast like that. Yeah, but my mom got bullets in the back of her house, bro. That's why I be so. We gonna turn right. That's why I be so wanting to get my moms out of this neighborhood. But this is all my moms know. You know, these are her people.
Right.
You feel me? Like. She ain't gonna just leave easy. She ain't gonna just come stay with me like it's that simple. She ain't gonna do that. She ain't gonna do that. Okay, now we're gonna cut. We're gonna make this right at this light. Now keep in mind that we still in my hood. Now we still walking distance from my situation. I roamed all this area. Now this Fruit Town, well this is not Fruit Town. This is still like 12th Street. The guys from 12th Street migrated right here. And I hung on 12th Street, Peach Street. So I know a lot of them dudes too, you heard me? So shout out to them, Eating Goods and them hang right there. Pool, Scoop, you heard me? A few more guys, shout out to them, that's where they at. You know, they been there all their life, they still right there right now. Now all this is new. This was some other houses right here. Turn right here. We're gonna take this street down this street. Now this is South 14. This is 2 streets over from South 16. So I would say he was born on this street. But if he wasn't born on his street,
who wasn't born on this street?
He was young on this street. Bleak. Just keep going up. Like in this area, not this area right here. But I want to say they built some new houses up there too. Cause see, Pecan is Bleak's uncle. Pecan was like my OG. He used to look out for me. Like I say, you know, niggas used to look out for me if they could. So Pecan was one of the niggas. He stayed in one of these houses right here. So this was Bleak, where Bleak was born at, like right up in here. But not in these houses, in some other houses. You know. Shout out to Pecan, rest in peace Mookie, that's Bleak mama, you heard me. Shout out to Miss Sheila, you heard me. Whoa, what up with it? What up, Zay? Shout out to my little partner Zay Zay. Shout out to Zay Zay, Charlene, you heard me. Keon, Poche, they stay back there. Kayla, shout out to them. That was Zay Zay hollering at me, you heard me. Just hanging in there. Poverty, you feel me? Like, you gotta make the best way. So now we basically been round, so we're gonna go one more cut, make this right, and then we're gonna turn up 17. Now 17 gonna get interesting too, because it's still the same area. Still the same area now. This the front of the electric depot. See, they trying to build some more stuff and all that. See how it look like it ain't got nothing to do with the hood. Nothing. That's why I'm so passionate about Allison Rice, because this is what made her lose her life. This. So how they got this stuff in the middle of the street, that ain't been there. All that added up to that young lady losing her life. We're gonna turn right here. This 17. That's where Suge Knight came right there.
That car wash. Suge Knight came to that car wash?
Suge Knight came right there.
Big.
Suge Knight came right there. Yeah, a lot of famous people came right there. Like I say, Baby had it jumping right there. Yeah, like this was my house right here. This house right here. Yeah, I might have sold. I sold an unlimited amount of products out of there, but I wanted to keep that house so I can be in touch with the hood and be one call away. But they went to breaking in there. You know, while I'm trying to, you know, bring back to the hood, they went to breaking in there. So I'm like, nah, I got to go, man. But I wanted to stay right there, like, or at least have that house in tune and not look at it. You know, I might go back and fix it up. Like all these people, yeah, I know them. But like these people are related to people that's related to people. Like those people right there, I'm not gonna talk too loud, but those people are kin to Marlo Mike and Tyrus Thomas and people like them. Those are their people. Now I had so many partners got killed right up in here. You know, like it's unbelievable. But this is that house right there. That was Lil Fat's grandmother's house. His whole like until she moved out. She not too long ago died. Rest in peace to her. But that was his grandmother.
You say this house right here?
This one right here. To the right. This one right here. This was Lil Fat's grandmother's house. Hey y'all. And like that's Lil Fat kin people back there. All this is like Lil Fat's family right around here. You can bust this area. Right, yeah. Bust that right? Right, yeah. This all this right there. Wow, what up with it, my G? Cool it, man. Yeah, like, you know, that was one of the Lil Fat partners too. You know, like we was all right here. Now this Bright Street to Right Street right here. So, you know, you can take a right. Now they building this, all this is new. So now, I'm not even gonna advise you to go with the camera up down there because there's no telling what's going on, and we ain't finna do no camera eyeballing in the process. But as you can see, it is lit, Bright Street to Right Street.
Oh yeah, you can see all the cars.
Yeah, like in the middle of all this poverty and all that, you can still see all this. So you're gonna probably have to hold the camera down, my boy. We can't. Nah. Whatever you can get, holding it down, that's fine with me. Wow. What's up, Nut? What's up, man? What's up with it, fella? Whoa, what up with it? So, you know, this is.
I'm talking, they jamming that throwback.
Yeah, you know, this the corner right here. This is one of the main spots. My partner, Sourhead, he used to live in an abandoned house right here. Then he ended up losing his life around here. So many people lost their life on this street. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. And I just think I lived through all that, bro. All that. Jail saved me every time. Because like plenty times I wanted to crash. We could bust that left and head back out. But plenty times I wanted to crash out, bro. Because I ain't had nothing else to do. I rode with killers because it wasn't nobody else to ride with.
Right.
You know, I went ride people because that's what they were doing. The people that allowed me to ride with them.
Right.
You know, so, you know, my whole little situation been basically, you know, survival mode. But it made me out a real nigga. It made me out a hell of a nigga. And I'm definitely a self-made nigga.
Sure.
You know, my moms ain't make me. My dad ain't make me. They just gave birth to me. You heard me? But they didn't make me. I had to make myself in the streets of Baton Rouge. And I basically showed you where and how it all came about. And all those people that I was fortunate to be around, because a lot of those people name ringing on the internet. Some of them dead, some of them in jail, but they name ringing on the internet like they should be getting some type of, you know, check. You feel me? Like when people realized how the internet built, like once you go to talk about people and people want to know and people go to inquiring, hey, that's an opportunity to get somebody some money. And everybody broke around here, man. It's poverty. It's poverty. Now we done left out of my area, but you know, we still, you can just keep going straight all the way up and we can just keep running it. Because this turn to where I stay after we get down there. But all this other shit in the middle of the street, it wasn't in there.
No, for shit show, man. It's interesting because it was just like you said, everybody is in one pocket. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they ain't right here, they in the pocket.
Right. You see how it's just nothing but empty spots and empty houses and empty lots. But when you do pull up on a crowded people, it's a crowd of people.
Yeah, it's a crowd. A real crowd.
And I be wanting to salute them and honor them and holler at them, but then I be faking because, like, you know, I had to make my own way. Like, if a nigga out there gave me something, I'll be a fake ass nigga. Ain't nobody out there gave me shit.
Now, I thought you said that the South was like the biggest, one of the biggest hoods in Baton Rouge.
It is.
That was like 4 streets,
right.
3 streets.
Right. That was my stomping ground.
Right.
But it had a lot of more ground. Like I say, and I've been through the whole South. So I could have basically went everywhere. It would have been all night. It would have been dark. But at the same time, I wanna highlight my area.
Right.
You feel me? Like, I don't want my area to think that I don't want to highlight it because of the circumstances. Nah, I'ma highlight it, the good and the bad. Because my area don't supposed to be like that.
Right.
It don't supposed to be like that. Like I say, that was Suge Knight came.
Right.
Barack Obama came there.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, to get to McKinley, he had to come through there. This Government Street, the interstate is right there by the Greyhound and that overpass where I showed you.
Right.
Like, so Barack Obama actually had to ride through there. He went in the bottom to McKinley, but that's still the South. Barack Obama came to the South. Yeah. And you know, real G's and street niggas and crack dealers and serial killers and all that was lined up out there supporting, saluting Barack Obama. Right. Everybody. The drunks, the winos, the thots, the prostitutes, everybody lined out to salute and honor Barack Obama. That was a good day in time.
Amen.
We was around the corner from the bus boycott, the temple. We was close. I just didn't show it to you because it really didn't have nothing to do with me. But it was right there too. The temple, when I said where they built that overpass at, they took out Rosa Thomas, they took out Tabby Blues box, but that was the temple, and that's where they had the shootout with the police at.
What?
Yeah. The temple. Emmanuel Burton, Emmanuel Augustus, who fought Floyd Mayweather, right there, the gym was right there. Right was where, if we'd have looked up from the Greyhound bus station into the next street, that was the gym right there. The dude who boxed Floyd Mayweather. The dude who boxed, I want to say, one of those heavyweights boxed Mike Tyson. But I don't know. But I know that Emmanuel Augustus boxed Floyd Mayweather and would have beat him if Floyd didn't put the press on him so they'll stop the fight, because he took everything Floyd Mayweather had. Everything. And Floyd knew that he took it. So he was like, shit, if I keep fighting this dude gonna beat me.
Right.
So I guess he pressed him on up and got the fight stopped. So shout out to Floyd Mayweather. But like I say, all that right there, Southside Baton Rouge, where I come from, bro. Good people, bad people, this person, that person, you know, all come from right there. And I had a relationship with them all. Like, I ain't had to pick. I ain't had to choose sides. Like, I was just me. You know, like I say, I'm on 16, I'm on 17, I'm on Bryce, I'm on 14, I'm on 18, I'm on 19, I'm on 24, I'm on convention. I'm wherever I wanted to go, do it wherever I wanted to do, however I wanted to do it. Because I was in the streets first.
Right.
Like, the niggas that came up, the niggas my age, I was in the streets before them because I was homeless.
Right. So you ain't had no choice but to be
right. I'm 19 years old, homeless. They don't know this though. They just thinking I stay with this person to stay with that person, but just don't know. I'm gonna stay wherever night catch me at or wherever I could stay.
Right. No, for sure, man. It's been a pleasure.
Right there, South Baton Rouge. So this time, bro, I respect what you did, because you the first one. You might want to get over. You the first one that actually wanted to go in the hood. The first one that said, well, you know what, let's go. You know, like, I respect that. You know, because it shows you really wanted to see my roots, my heritage, how it all went down, you know. But, you know, and I wanted to show you because I don't do no capping, man.
Right.
I don't do no capping.
No, for shit show, man. That's what we're about over here at RealToon, man. We're about real history and real people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Actually taking people down to show them what made you the man you are today. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we we can't get to where we going if we don't look at where we come from.
See, brother, I wish I can do it all over again just to have those people back. For Ivory, Pete, Lil Wayne, you know, it's just some of them that actually affected me. See, after so long, it didn't hurt no more. You know, they just died. They got killed. They just got killed. You know, I was so deep in the game, I understood. You feel me? Like people was dying behind principles and stuff, you know, disrespecting, out of pocket, stealing, whatever. Now, I ain't gonna say all my dudes was good dudes. So, you know, I got numb to the pain. But the ones that affected me are the ones that lost their life. Derek Swanson, you know, the ones that it happened before I got numb to the pain. Those deaths stick with me. Those murders stick with me. Those losses of life, bonds that's broken, stick with me.
Right.
You know, so that community is what did it. You know, like, that's my hood, but I just go there to see my mom and check on my mom and my family and the people that's close to me. And then I'm gone because, you know, all it did is hurt people and kill people. That's it. Got people on drugs and, you know, turned girls out and, you know, that's it. That's all. That's it. So, you know, I don't feel like, you know, like I uphold that because that's where I was, where I'm from, and what made me who I am. But that's not what I am. Mm-hmm. Feel what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nah, when it comes to being a thug, I don't think I can change that. But see, a thug can have posture. A thug can have a code of conduct. A thug can have morals and principles and decency, you know?
Right.
You know, but a gangster can't. So I ain't gonna say, okay, I'm a gangster, I was a gangster, nah, bro. But, you know, the street life, the struggle, reality, all that part ain't gonna never leave me, man. Thug life, it ain't gonna never leave me because I helped build that, I helped make that, I helped create that. You know, I showed people what that was. A lot of people ain't even knew what a thug was when I was thugging, you know? I was just that young.
Right.
They was like, that's a thug. When you see a 10-year-old guy with a cigarette and a broke gun with a hanger in it and a shoes just too big for him, that's a thug right there. Like, I showed them what it was. They didn't know. They was just community people, you know, whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I played a big part in it as far as being a little kid. I didn't hang with killers and dealers by accident. Like I hung with killers and dealers because I was that nigga. Like, I was selected from being a loss of life, a statistic,
right,
a crash dummy, a flunky. Like, I was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I learned from all that.
Right.
I learned how to live from doing shit where I could have lost my life. That's how I learned how to live. I'm gonna go and buckle up now, man.
Yeah,
I'm getting
you see something
too annoyed. No, I'm just getting annoyed. I ride with my seatbelt on.
Right. Understood. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm curious though. I do got a question. So, you know, via the internet, we see, like, you know, gangs started to come into Baton Rouge. You know, you see young boy and them with the red flags and whatnot. When you were coming up, were there gangs here? Nah,
it wasn't no gangs. It was just streets. Just like I told you, it was streets and it was families.
Right.
It was families. That's how I lost. That's how I could. That's what made me so strong, because my family wasn't strong. My street wasn't strong. Like, it was divided. So, you know, I was able to become who I became because it was divided, but it was like 16th Street, 17th Street gang, you know, it was, you gonna have to get over. It was Lee Lucas, Fred Hayes, Tangi Swanson, Fred Hamilton, Cedric Hamilton, Mark Lee J, Cedric Lee J. You know, it was Heine. You know, it was a crew, but it wasn't a gang.
Right.
You know, HG, they was doing their thing. You know, those were some of the ones that solidified me as a little guy because I was bumping into them. Right. You know, like, because I didn't have no other way. So, you know, they turned me on. But it wasn't a gang.
So, how did gangs end up getting all the way out here? You know what I'm saying? It don't seem like...
Gangs come from the game. Like, they started that when Fortnite came out. See, a lot of these gang members are Fortnite babies. See, when Fortnite came out, and then they went from Fortnite to Roblox, then Fortnite, then Call of Duty.
Right.
But what happened was they started being able to play with each other. So it's like, okay, now he's at home, he at home, you at home, you at home, but y'all can play the game together.
Right.
And y'all shooting and killing and counting kills.
Right.
On the game.
Kill streaks.
Right. So what happened is, you know, y'all juice, the one that's dressed the best, the one that looked the best, all that is out the window when y'all playing the game. It's all about who can play the game the best.
Right.
So then one of them end up being from the hood or from the struggle, and he gets a real gun. And he starts the gang because he has a real gun.
Right.
So it goes from them playing Call of Duty, counting kills, to in real life.
Right.
That's why so many of them died, because they actually think that they can take the bullets like on the game and shoot back. You know, like they want to shoot back, and they thinking that like in the game you get shot a few times and you still make it. And
right, you can heal up.
Right. That's what they think. That's what they actually think. You'll actually see dudes actually spray somebody's ass down, overkill, because they shooting like on the game. Man, the man been dead. You shot him in the head with the first shot. But you thinking this Fortnite, you know, on Fortnite, you or whatever, Black Ops, you did. But I didn't play games. I couldn't afford games. I didn't start playing games, so I didn't never really get into games. I go to the mall and play a game with my son, Master, but I'm not the game type. So I don't know specifically what game.
Right. But
that's where the gangs come from, bro. Like the game. Yeah, the game come from the game. So if anywhere where you see all those gangs pop up, they come from the game. And it comes from power. Like the one that gets off the game and get the gun first, then he get the power. And then the whole little crew that was playing the game, now they got real M16s and AR-15s and AP9s and Glocks with switches on them in real life. You don't know how they got them.
That's the biggest question.
Like a lot of them get a job at 16, bro. Get a job at 16 and own it by 17. Because they going to work to buy games, put minutes on the game and do this for the game.
Right.
And then it just, okay, I got a real gun now. I got a real M16. I got one too. My mama bought me one. Oh, I stole one, but not all y'all got one.
Right.
And the ones that legit, you gonna make a left at this light. The ones that's legit, you see them with they shit. They walk down the street with that bitch in their hand, they pocket, they don't give a fuck about the police or nothing. And you just be like, damn, that's what it done turned into. All these guns. Got me feeling like if that be my fate, fuck it. I didn't live long enough. Like bullets is some little bitty small shit, bro. And to say that people can say we know what they can do to other people's life and just be loose and reckless with them how they is today, I mean, you can't duck that. You can't dodge that. You got to just stay out the way. Because when they spray that bitch, bro, it's something like you never seen before unless you seen it. Like the clip is 19 or longer. And in 5 seconds, you're gonna make the left. Not at this light, at the next one. In 5 seconds, all the bullets is out. All of them. You can actually shoot somebody in the same spot with a switch. That's how fast the bullets coming out. You could just chew a hole through a nigga if you wanted to. And so fast, nobody even had what it sound like 2 shots. Pow, pow. That's 30. And you wonder how 4 people be getting hit and 3 people and 2 people. Because of that. You'll do better standing still if a nigga got a switch.
Hey, RealToon, it's a real money.